Hey guys, Dr. Yu here. I hope you are doing well. I want to share some good news with you. This is the very last week for this course. After this week, you are done. So congratulations, you have gone so far and you have done a great job. So I really appreciate everything you've done this semester. For those of you who have communicated really well with me about problems, issues, and then for those of you who have completed all the assignments on time, you never missed anything. I mean, that's something that's hard to do, especially considering that everything is online. So I think most of you have done a great job, and appreciate your hard work this semester. All right, now for the last week, again, you have two things to do. Like usual, you have to complete the lab. So in the lab folder, you can see we just have this week 15 DNA biology and technology lab. You are going to complete 2 visual labs and a quiz. So that's all for the lab. For the lecture, we are going to continue on the 2-week series on vaccines. So they are in this reflections on biology folder. This is not student view, so you are going to see something with a difference. Okay? So just come down here to the November 16th to 22nd week assignment, and you will see instructions on this particular assignment. Originally, I wanted to kind of include something about COVID-19 and the COVID-19 vaccine, but I think that would be a little bit too much content for you to go through, especially considering that you still have lab this week. So I removed the part about COVID-19. I know that's important, but I think you have a lot of exposure to COVID-19 by this point, so it's not critical that we did not include COVID-19 in this assignment. But I want you to have a complete picture on the vaccines. And there is a lot of rumor and a lot of misinformation out there about vaccines. So I want you to continue on learning more about vaccines and hopefully use your knowledge to educate your family, your friends, the public. So the more people who are aware of vaccines, who know the truth about vaccines, the better for the country, for the society to be ready for something like the pandemic. Okay, so if you open the instructions from Blackboard, so I'm going to show you where it is. It's attached to this assignment submission link. You can just click on it and open it, and this is what it looks like. So again, you're going to do something similar like what you did before, the very first video reflection on wearing masks. So you're going to pretend that you are a medical expert. And I have a line here as that in the video, you're welcome to address yourself as Dr. Dr. So-and-so from CDC. So that you probably will feel like you're a real doctor. Okay, you're really playing the role of a medical expert. Okay, so you are going to cover 2 topics in this presentation. The time limit is the same as the previous assignment from the previous week. So it's about 7 to 10 minutes. But if you want to cover a lot of information and you go over a few minutes, that's not a big deal. All right. Okay. So the first topic is you are going to educate the public on some of the most common myths they have heard about vaccines, especially the theories about vaccines causing certain diseases like autism and measles. So what you need to do is to watch this 3-minute video from a medical research institution. In this video, there are doctors from different fields to answer some questions about the vaccine myths. So they selected the top 10 myths. So they state the myth, and then they have a doctor answer the question or really kind of debunk the myth to explain why and what. So you are going to use the template from this video. So by template, I mean that you are going to address the same 10 vaccine myths from this video. But you are going to provide a longer and more detailed answer for each myth. So like I said here, the original video is very short, right? It's only 3 minutes because they have to go through 10 myths and they don't want the video to be too long so that people lose interest. So the answer is very brief. But when you present, I want you to provide more information, more details about each myth. So this means you have to do some research, right, to kind of provide some content, some more information about each myth. So you can use the background provided here. I found some reliable sources on vaccines and autism and some misconceptions about seasonal flu and the flu vaccines. You are welcome, you're encouraged actually to use the background information that I provided here because they're reliable and also kind of saves you the time, right, searching for information. So you're welcome to use this information. But if you don't think this is sufficient, you want to do a little bit of your own research, you can do that. Just make sure that your sources are reliable. All right. So in your presentation, on the last slide, make sure you provide the sources, the citations, so that I can evaluate whether they're reliable or not. All right, now that's the first part you need to address. The second topic you need to talk about is you are going to educate the public on the origin of the myth that vaccines can cause autism. This is a big concern in some parents, and because of that, they don't let their children to be vaccinated against some of the common infectious diseases. So I want you to watch this short video. Again, it's very short, it's less than 3 minutes. And this video will tell you, where that myth came from. And then you are going to provide your insight on how American people can be more informed and educated about medical issues so that we can better handle medical issues, especially a pandemic that affects everybody. The second and the third topics are, in my opinion, more important. This is where you can talk about what you think, what your opinions are. So should people trust politicians and celebrities who have very little science knowledge and medical background for medical advice? Should you believe them, or should you listen to medical experts or scientists? So why do you think so? And then you're going to talk about why are there so many conspiracy theories and myths circulating in the US? How can we address that? How can we educate people on how they can stay informed and develop the ability to spot the bad science or pseudoscience? I'm sure you have heard a lot of crazy conspiracy theories during the pandemic. For example, COVID-19 is a hoax, or 5G can cause COVID-19. So I want you to talk about all those things. I'm really curious to hear what you think, what your opinions are. All right, so that's all for this week. Again, guys, you are almost at the end. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So you're almost done. So hang in there, finish this week strong, and you are done. All right, good job, guys.